Jay, I saw a portion of an interview clip from Fox News, I believe it was. They were having a conversation about home ownership. And, you know, just one of the things that they were interviewing a realtor. And one of the things he said was, in order to be able to afford an average home price, he said, of about $400,000, you need to at least make $100,000 and be debt free. Okay. So my question to you is, to be able to afford a $400,000 house, is $100,000 enough? First of all, right? And then the other question is home ownership the goal? Still the goal? And then the third question is, where can you live and you can have a house that you want with a family under that amount of money? Three-part question.
$100,000 is enough. When you got to think, when they're talking about this, they're talking about what you're going to be approved, what they're going to need to approve you for. Not, you know, can you afford it or not. It's just they want you to have that. You know, it's just like when you go to get an apartment, they say they want you to have 3 times the rent. You know, it's the same thing. They want you to make that and have no debt, and your debt to income ratio and stuff look a certain kind of way before the banks approve you for a $400,000 house. Now, so that's what they're talking about. So yeah, $100,000 is enough. Even with some debt, it's more than enough if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing with your money. And I always tell people, you know, at the time of buying a house, if you have $100,000, you should be fine, because you should be expecting to make more money. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should be looking to make more money. You're not staying at 100 grand. You know what I'm saying? And so you're there at that point, and that should be, of course, to get approved for the loan. It should be more than enough than what the mortgage is then. So now, after a couple years go by, you should definitely, it should be easier, because your mortgage shouldn't have changed. You know what I'm saying? You should have made some more money. You shouldn't have been doing no dumb stuff with your money. And so now that mortgage that was tight first year 2 and 3, it should be a cinch. Is that the goal? Not for everybody. You know, a lot of people are getting more knowledge, man, especially in the poorer communities. You know, that was the way of people try to say that you won if you bought a house. You know what I'm saying? Some people held that shit over their kids' head, or you sorry sack of shit if you don't own a house. And that's just not true. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. Like, it's up to you. If you want to own a house, fine. If not, you know, it's other avenues that you can invest your money, that you can still make money and chill and live. And then owning a house don't mean you have to be owning the house that you live in. You can own a rental property or own commercial property. Like, it's so many ways that you to own something that has something to do with real estate that can be better for you than owning a house, because that's not an investment, or it's at least a dead investment at best, you know, long as you live in it, because it's nothing but an expense, you know, the expense to you at that time. So, but we weren't taught that. Everybody just wanted you to get a house. People got their credit together just to get a house, then the shit went back to the toilet just after they got the house. So you'd be surprised how many people just bought a house. And first of all, once you buy a house, your credit goes down, because you're taking on that huge amount of debt anyway. Nobody talks about that part. And then it takes some months, and so, you know, maybe even a year for it to start looking like it's supposed to look, because you taking on a huge amount of debt. So now, you know, moving on, like I said, you should be able to, once you show that you can handle it and you start handling it with some regularity, then it'll look different for you, and it should be fine. So you good. But most people aren't thinking like, a lot of people aren't thinking like that no more. A lot of people have a lot more information than we were privy to back in the day. And what was the last part? The last part was, where can you live in this country with houses under $400,000 and it still be substantial for your family? Man, the lower South, definitely. You know, the South Carolinas, the Louisianas, Arkansas, certain parts of Georgia, Mississippi, Alabama. You can definitely find houses. You can start getting in 400,000s. You got a big ass house. You know what I'm saying? In those places, and a lot of people have. But what people have to start having conversations is, start talking about couples. Then it makes it easier for you to afford these bigger houses, because where they saying they want you to have 100, 100,000. Well, if 2 people make 50, or if 2 people make 100, now you rolling. You know what I'm saying? You rolling. You able to rock and roll. And so think about that. You know what I'm saying? Think about partnering up with your spouse, and then y'all go ahead in and go get the house. And then that makes it 10 times easier for all parties involved. Now y'all handling that thing with no problem. So I don't know if they mentioned that in the clip.
No, they did not.
Yeah, they never talk about that type of stuff. They never give you the full-on immediate solution, the shit that's real easy for you to do to make it simple for you. They always start to want to harp on how bad, and all that other shit like that. But truthfully, it's ways around all this stuff if we work together. I know that's a cliche and that's something from old school, but the old school shit still works.